Hi, friends. Steve Taylor here. I want to take a few minutes of your time to talk about something that comes up a lot, really, that I see in my day-to-day practice, and it's coming up in everybody's lives quite often. It's really often overlooked. And that is the important issues that arise when a minor child becomes an adult, when a child turns age 18. Many people are, it's a really exciting time. They're applying for colleges. Maybe they're out in college, whatever it might be, and they want to have the big party and all the like. And they don't think about really the really important legal implications that happen when a person becomes an adult. Really, first and foremost, the most important thing for that child or now an adult and the parents to know is that when a person turns 18 years of age, a parent can no longer make healthcare decisions for them. Okay. You're used to your whole life. You go to the doctor, you talk to anybody, whatever it might be. You go to the parent, you're the parent. What's the choice? That no longer applies when someone is 18. Now, really, that no longer applies, to anybody at any age after that, and people don't think about it. But it becomes really, I think, important at that time to realize that. In addition to the healthcare decisions, really financial decisions. Now, you might say, "Oh, well, the child, once again, adults may not, doesn't really have that many assets. So what they really need to be concerned about?" Well, in the ability to make financial decisions is also the ability to contract, to make any kind of decisions, to decide where you live, whatever it might be. So a financial power of attorney is vital as well for that child turning 18 years of age. Okay. It is, once again, the parent cannot make these decisions. This applies to everybody, right? At every stage of life, whether you're married or not. People don't realize that. Well, certain situations, maybe the hospital will allow you to make a decision because they really have no other option. But if you don't have these important legal documents in place, what happens? In the case of an unforeseen situation, there may have to be court involvement to legally appoint you to make these decisions that 3 days ago, right, you were already allowed to make as a parent. So these things really are important. Something also that comes up that people don't think about is now, okay, if you've gone ahead and you've put children monies into an account for your child when the child was a minor, depending on what state you're in, right, and the age of the minor, that is now their money. Voila. You cannot control it. It is theirs. Okay. And a lot of those, the implications of that come into play. I don't often recommend really ever doing these kind of UTMA accounts. There's lots of better planning to doing. They're kind of lazy. They're kind of just thinking, oh, I want the child to have the benefit of that. But there's lots of other ways to go about that, right? Because you don't just want to give them the money. You got to show them how to use it. You got to, explain it to them. They got to have experience and all the like when they're going through it. So that's another really big important fact also. Also, regarding academic records, if you do want to be able to get their information, whether it's at high school or beyond, you have to be authorized. It's really an element of becoming authorized to do all these things. Another really big thing that comes up and people don't think about or look at that, that often is, does it make sense for this child to still be considered a dependent of you for tax purposes? Okay. Maybe you make them independent. They file their own tax return. If you have your own business, maybe you pay them a certain salary through it, because the benefits of having a child really go almost to zero. They're very minimal. When you're paying for them when they are your dependent on a tax return nowadays, and there's a lot of other benefits that they can have by filing on their own. Okay, they can qualify for different programs, whether health insurance or other financial aid items that they might have out there. Now, let me step back. College financial aid is a whole other discussion, right? Might be out there, but when the child's on their own, okay, to start building their own credit and everything like that, it's really important, okay, to understand and really take a look at. And it really gives you an opportunity that if your child had your summer job, hey, sit down with them at TurboTax, let them do their own tax return, let them go through it. You'd be amazed how many young adults don't understand the role that taxes play when they become an adult. They get their first job, they come in and they say, hey, mom, dad, I lost so much money. I'm paying for this thing called FICA. What the world is that? I don't want any FICA. Can I just say no FICA for me, please? I mean, how does this work, right? So it gives you opportunities to discuss with them, how it is to be an adult, kind of an adulting 101. So if your child is getting close to turning age 18, if it's on the horizon, right, these are really important things you need to talk about, have discussions with them, because unfortunately, from one day to the next, everything changes, right? Maybe prepare these, sign them earlier, date them for the day they turn age 18, so everything's in place in case everything's, anything comes up. So I hope you found this helpful. Please let us know, comment below, tell us if you'd like to hear about this or more topics. Our information is below also if you have any follow-up questions for us. Thanks.